Hi guys, I want to talk to you about the time when I believe when God told me I heard do a 40-day fast. I had it's not for everybody. This I mean it is what it is. And when I first I didn't know anything about you can fast or drink water or water only or cut off at a certain time. I didn't know anything about fasting like that. When I got saved, I just did what I heard. I didn't have anyone teaching me. I just did what I heard. And I didn't I was going to church, but it was just hearing God. So I did this. I went, it was after work one day, and God said, he'd already told me do a 3-day fast. Now I knew about 3-day fast. I can whip them out, like 3-day dry fast. And I found out now they're called dry fast. So a 3-day dry fast, whip that thing out and keep it moving, right? So I did okay, Friday came, did it, Saturday came. Before I ended, God said, do 40. I ain't bad eye. I said, okay. I didn't know what it entailed. I knew fast, no food, no water. Like that was it. I didn't have any doubt. I had never heard of somebody doing it and dying. I've never known that people couldn't do it. I had read it in the Bible. So I assumed that it was just normal. So I just went into it. The first person I told was a lady at church, and she was so eager for me. She was like, oh, okay, good. That's so great. She just bottled me up like a little baby and helped me, and just was like, oh, that's good. So I told one more person, and I was like, God told me to do a 40-day fast. They were neither overwhelmed nor on the negative side. They was just like, okay, that's Almanza. You always talking about God. That's how they got to know me. Oh, you just Almanza, whatever, right? So they were just like, okay. They didn't doubt me or anything. So I was doing it. I was on my journey. I was going. When I got today, I had went to work for the first 20 days, maybe a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, 2.5 weeks of the actual fast. So I was working and putting out and doing everything. And while I was at the job, I had no way of knowing. I thought everything was normal, but people started saying that I was walking. This is afterwards. They was like, they were told me after that I was walking slow at work. They was like, you were moving so slow. To me, I was moving in real time. They was like, no, you were moving so slow, like people would pass me by. I didn't know. I was so protected. I didn't even notice nothing, right? So anyway, time went on. I got to the 30-ish day. I got 30. Then when God said, get up and go. Like I would get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, get out. Well, like in my apartment complex, I had a lake and everything. And I would go and in my apartment, face the lake, and I would look at the animals, walk around the neighborhood, see the people. And I spent a lot of time indoors. I spent a lot of time reading. Like God would tell me when to wake, because you wake you up and he tell you go to sleep, he tell me what to read. That's all I did. And I prayed. Like, my God, I did a lot of carpet time. That time was very intriguing and it was beautiful. And so anyway, so it got to around day 30. He says, get up and go outside, go for a walk, go to the store. And he had been these what you call them, quesadillas, didn't he? I didn't even know what a quesadilla was. I had no idea. God said he wanted a quesadilla. I was like, what is a quesadilla? And I was like, I'm fasting, so I blew it off. And then about 2 or 3 days later, it came back. But this time it came back with a move. Get up and go to the store. So I walked to the grocery store and I said, oh, God, when I get off this fast, I'm going to eat that. I'm going to eat that. So I walked around the grocery store, mentally shopping. Had no idea what I was doing. But when I got there, God said, no, I want a quesadilla. So I went over there and I started looking like, what's a quesadilla? So as I looked around, he just led me to some cheese and the tortillas and the cool section. Like I have no idea. I'm like so not supermarket savvy. So anyway, I left. I left the grocery store. I didn't have anything. I didn't buy anything. And he sent me down the street to I walked 2 miles on day 30, 31 of the fast. That strength came over me, y'all. Like I was so skinny and thin. If maybe I can No, I don't have any pictures, but I do have some pictures when I've done these fasts. Oh, I look totally different with these. Oh my goodness. I would know, Jesus. So I looked I do have pictures. Ooh, wee, Jesus. So anyway, if I have the pictures, I'll put them in here if I can find them, locate them. However, I walk 2 miles down, 2 miles back. I get this strength. God takes me. I go into the grocery store. And no, I go home. I said, God, when I get home, and he had this thing about before I go to bed, I always took a shower at night before I went to bed. So I said, God, I get home and take this shower, and I'm going to bed. Like I can feel every muscle pulsating. I could literally feel the heartbeat, my pulse at every pressure point, every what do you call every valve? Like I can feel everything. So I got home, did the shower. Oh, I lay down, I passed out. A day or two after that, he sends me to the store, buy quesadilla stuff. Didn't even know it. Took me in the kitchen and I cooked this. And I said, God, what am I supposed to do? I'm on a fast. I'm on a fast. And I had no idea. I started this fast. God pulled me off on day 33. I ate. Well, yeah, on the night before, I bought the quesadillas and I went and I cooked them. And when I finally cooked them, I didn't know how to melt the cheese. I burnt everything. And I was like, well, God, I tried, but I'm not eating that. Like, I didn't. So that night, I put some, what my favorite is, dry beans in a crock pot. And when I woke up next day, the beans had the whole apartment, the house and smelled so good. So all is well in that area. So then I ate them beans. And I was at day 33. And when I came off that fast, I didn't get sick. I didn't do anything. Like I just ate food. Like after I came off the fast, I was going to church too. Now I was going to church, Bible study, and on Sundays. And Apostle walked up to me. It was one day with one of my friends. She came to church with me that day, and she came to church with me that day. Apostle walked up to us. We was at the cars. She drove her car, so we was at the cars talking. He walked up to me. I was afraid. I had this look on my face, like not to show fear, right? So Apostle walked up to me and he said, "You're still fasting." So it was in the middle of the fast, and I said, "Yes." He said, "You're gonna do it," and I said, "Yes." He said, "I was in prayer for you, and God told me, don't pray for her. I got her." And he came and told me those words that God told him. I was shook to my core. If that didn't motivate me to keep going, well, I was already going to do it. But he looked at me totally different. He never looked at me the same. And which was in a good thing. He looked at me differently in an elevated sense. And Apostle was very nice. I had no problems with Apostle. His wife was very, very nice. And after that, I don't know. It was just totally different. When I walked in church, I didn't even know it was just totally different. And so anyway, so I had ate on day 33 and I did. But then after I came off the fast, everybody was like, I started telling people, oh, God called me to do a 40-day fast. Not bragging or boastful, but building faith. Like if fast, do it. You can have the grace that's on my life. I didn't even know what I used to say, y'all. I'll tell you, I was a fresh thing. And I'd just be talking. And I'd be like, oh, you had a grace. I fast, girl. You could do it. You could do it. So and then I started meeting people who didn't really fast and were scared or couldn't go long and stuff like that. So I had went through it and God was so amazing that he blessed so many people able to move forward with their fasting. So anyway, at the end of the day, I completed the fast and I ate on day 33. And I bothered God for like 4 to 6 months. Like, God, I know it was you who told me to stop the fast. Why did I have to stop the fast? I could have made it and I was to kick myself afterwards. Like, dang, I only had a few days to go. I could have did that thing. But I always said, I was like, no, I know what I heard. After I beat myself up and I kept going back and forth. So about 6 months out, I was standing on God's word. And within that time, I had told my mom. I said, Mom, God called me to do a 40-day fast. And before I could tell her that I stopped day 3 or the whole experience, because I didn't tell nobody until afterwards, she was like, you're going to die. You can't do that. Your kidneys are going to fail. And that was the first time I had ever heard any negativity about long fasts from my own mother. And she just ripped a hole in me. it was just a thought to her because she hadn't know I had done it. I said God had called me to do a 40-day fast, and she took over. So afterwards, I said, no, Mama, that's not true. I said, Mom, I did it. And I'm finished. I'm good. And I told her the story. Changed my mom's life forever. Changed it forever. It's like one of the greatest testimonies I ever told my mom. Like, that thing changed my mother and I relationship spiritually. I said, Mother, there's nothing wrong with my kidneys. You know, I was like, no, Mom, I still pee. Like, no, it's good. It doesn't smell. No, I pee every day. You didn't drink. No, I was good. And dry fast. And so at the end of the day, I thank God for that fast. I thank God for the strength. But my thing is, when you don't know and you're going off, you don't have any fear, you don't have any reason not to do something, that is the faith and the foundation that you never need to forget about. Because it's like moving in a motion in a sense where you know what's in you, and you know you got to do it, and you know you got to move forward. And at the end of the day, it's like, just do it. You don't even think about it. So it's easy. Everybody isn't called to do it. Everybody, and I'm not saying it. I'm just telling you my testimony about called to do a 40-day fast that I ate on day 33. God pulled me off that fast. And I knew it was his voice, the same one that put me on, was the one that told me to come off. So when I came off, but what I did, I came off with a meal. I came off with communion. And my life changed after that. Totally, totally changed. And after that too, which is, none have to do with the other, but speaking in tongues, my life ain't never been the same, guys. So at the end of the day, thank God, if you hear him, you just move. Actually, I don't even know what to say, how to end this testimony. I really don't. I was called to do a fast. I did it out of obedience. I didn't hear anything. I didn't get any opposition, anything stop me, but I did get the strength while I was in it. I heard the stories after it, how people described me, but nothing. It's like Psalms 91. Nothing came near me. Everything was falling on. I didn't hear nothing. People were talking and saying, this and that, and I had no idea. I didn't know how I was walking. I didn't know I had gotten slow. I thought everything to me was still moving the same. I spent a lot of time praying. I spent a lot of time talking to God. I spent a lot of time reading. I mean, reading. That was the time I just studied, profusely. So that time wasn't in vain, but and I was able to do it. I didn't have any small children to take care of. And I thank God for everything that transpired since then and his communicating with me. So it's just life is, and I love you guys for watching. I thank you guys for tuning in. And again, it's Alwanza. You can Google me and find me anywhere on different social media platforms. Choose your favorite one at Alwanza and watch me from where you're always at. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.